Elizabeth sat on the edge of her bed, overwhelmed by a long list of dreams and goals she wasn't sure she could reach. She felt lost, like the weight of the world was on her shoulders. "Maybe I'm not cut out for this," she whispered, but then her eyes fell on a quote on her desk: "The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today." The words seemed to lift her spirits. She stood up, walked over to her desk, and read another: "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." A spark of hope ignited inside her. Elizabeth realized that each small step forward was a victory. She wasn't alone. She had the power to shape her own journey. With a renewed sense of confidence, she smiled, knowing the future was hers to create.
Kalina sat in her favorite corner, a cup of tea in hand, her mind swirling with doubts. The dreams she'd been chasing felt so far out of reach. But just as she was about to give in to the discouragement, a thought crossed her mind: the only way out is through. She smiled softly, realizing how true it was. The path ahead may be hard, but it was hers to walk. As she closed her eyes, she whispered another quote to herself: "Small steps lead to big changes." The weight that had been sitting heavy on her chest seemed to lift as she felt a new sense of clarity. The journey was just beginning, and she had everything it took to succeed. By the time the tea was finished, Lena was filled with a quiet confidence. Today was the first step to a brighter future, and she was ready to embrace it.
Imagine waking up to a brand new day, the sun shining brightly, and you standing at the edge of a mountain, looking out over endless possibilities. Every challenge in front of you is just another opportunity waiting to be conquered. You are stronger than you think. Every step you take, you move closer to the life you deserve. It's your time. Remember this: the only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. You are capable of amazing things. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Every little victory counts. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. You are unstoppable. Every day is a new chance to rise, to shine, and to be the best version of yourself. Maya sat on the edge of a quiet hill, gazing out at the sunset. The weight of the world seemed heavy on her shoulders, and she felt lost in the sea of daily struggles. "What if I can't keep going?" she thought. Just then, an old book appeared beside her, open to a page with a quote: "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." Maya smiled, feeling the truth in her heart. She picked up the book, flipping to the next page: "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." Her heart swelled with hope. As she continued reading, the words felt like a warm hug. She realized that the journey wasn't about perfection, it was about believing in herself and her dreams. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Maya stood up, a renewed sense of strength filling her. She knew she could do anything she set her mind to. Close your eyes and imagine standing at the edge of a beautiful mountain, the wind gently brushing your face. Below you is a valley filled with bright flowers, and the sun is setting in a glorious mix of colors. In this moment, you realize that no matter how challenging life feels, you are capable of moving forward. Now, let's breathe in deeply, filling your heart with positivity. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today, knowing that every challenge you face is a chance to grow stronger. Remember, you are not defined by your setbacks, but by how you rise from them. Every mistake is simply a lesson, and each lesson makes you wiser and more resilient. As we end this journey together, carry with you these words: your potential is limitless. Embrace your power, trust in yourself, and step forward with love and courage.
Once upon a time in a small village, there was a young bird named Sky, who dreamt of flying higher than anyone ever had. But with every attempt, she fell back to the ground, feeling discouraged. One day, a wise old eagle perched nearby and said, "Sky, remember this: the only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. You must believe in yourself." Sky took a deep breath and tried again, remembering the words, "Believe in yourself, and the sky will be yours." She flapped her wings harder, pushing through the doubts. Don't wait for opportunity to knock, create it, she whispered. Each time Sky fell, she got back up stronger. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. One day, Sky soared higher than ever before, realizing the truth of her own strength. She smiled, knowing that every fall was just another step towards her dream. Keep going, the sky is waiting for you.
Sonia stood at the edge of the forest, feeling a little lost. Why does it feel so hard today? Suddenly, an old, wise owl perched beside her. Don't worry, dear, said the owl. Remember, every step forward is progress, no matter how small. Sonia felt a spark of hope. You have strength inside you. Sonia took a deep breath, smiling as she walked forward. With each step, she repeated another quote, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Her heart began to light up as she realized her journey was part of a bigger picture. Sonia reached the top of the hill, feeling empowered. I am capable of greatness, she had found her strength, and with every step forward, she knew she was creating her own story. The best is yet to come, she thought, smiling brightly as she gazed at the endless sky ahead. Tatiana stood at the edge of the mountain, gazing at the world below. It had been a long journey, and the road had often been filled with obstacles. Her heart felt heavy, weighed down by doubt. But today, she remembered something important, life is a journey, not a race. She whispered to herself, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. With a deep breath, she looked out once more and realized something beautiful. She had been growing stronger with each step. As she continued her journey, Tatiana reflected on a few more powerful thoughts. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. The path ahead still seemed long, but she no longer feared it. Her heart was full of courage. Tatiana smiled, knowing that every day was an opportunity to take one more step forward with love, passion, and strength. She was ready for whatever came next.